Hey everybody, I'm Sin. Welcome to the Book Nook, where we talk about, what do we talk about here? The awesomeness that is books. I am doing today my April wrap up. And this month, I only read 5 books. But you know why? There was a reason. 2 of them were giant. 2 of them took me a week each to read. So we'll get right into it without further ado. The first one I read that was super giant was Dune, which is known as one of the best sci-fi books of all time. It was phenomenal. It is probably one of my now favorite sci-fi books. It was awesome. I loved it. And I do look forward to getting more into the series. I just need a break from reading any kind of giant book for the next 1 to 2 months. Because after Dune, I was like, well, I just read an 800 plus page book. I should read another one. When in Rome, I guess. I don't know. So I read Ghoul in the Cape by Josh Malerman. And holy bananas, it is one of the best books I've ever read. It's the road trip you didn't know you needed. There's so much and so many elements to it. Just the characters are fantastic. The experiences that you have in this story are just, they're scary, they're thought-provoking, it's points of like spiritual awakening and just seeing things in a different light, encouragement to do something extraordinary. There's just so much in this book, and it is like a magnum opus of Josh Malerman's. I have a standalone review of this that is coming in the early part of May for Ghoul in the Cape. So I read those 2 big books. I like big books, and I cannot lie. So I read those 2, and that really slowed down my reading because they were giant, so it took up a lot of my time. So then after that, I got into Sloohoot by Brahm, a horror and witchy read. I flew through it. It was a very, it gave me a lot of, emotions when I read it, like anger, anxiety, sadness, gladness when revenge happened, just so many things it made me feel. And it was a tumultuous read with beautiful artwork. The author is also the artist, and the art's phenomenal. I also have a standalone review of that will be coming as well. This video will probably be up before that, but it was a good read. I enjoyed that one. I like my witchy reads. I am a fan. So after Sloohoot, I read Circus of Wonders by Elizabeth McNeil. And it was a historical fiction. It takes place in the 1800s, and it basically kind of does a showcase of circus life, of these people who were giantesses and little people and people with birthmarks all over their bodies, and how they were looked at in their villages or wherever they came from, and then going into the circus and being able to use that and to become something else and to find a kinship with the others that were in the circus. And it was emotional. There were highs, there were lows. It was sad, but it was a good story. It was really well written, and I really enjoyed it quite a bit. It was full of interesting feats and the emotional characteristics of the different performers and how they kind of just found their found family in the circus, where maybe that just didn't exist before in their prior life to that. So it was a good read. I enjoyed it. And then the last one I read was, I'm Still Here and I Didn't Explode. I read Varity by Colleen Hoover. And this book has such, people are like, this book's garbage. And people are like, I freaking love it. It's the greatest thing ever. Okay, so where did I fall in the spectrum? Because I'm going to have a standalone review of this as well. It's a wild book. I read through it, I burned through it. I could not stop reading it. It was addictive, like a caffeine addiction where I was just chugging it down. I don't know, it's her first thriller, Colleen Hoover. Usually she writes sad romances, and I will probably never read those, but I wanted to read this one because I heard such weird stuff. I don't know. I liked it. I did. There will be a full standalone review for this one as well. So I don't want to say too much about it, but I did like it. I joined the ranks of those weirdos that like the book. I don't care. You'll see my standalone review. And then if you do read it, let me know what you think. Like, we're all allowed to have different opinions. I'm not going to like what you like, and you're not going to like what I like all the time. And that's the beauty of it. Like, that, if everyone agreed, how boring would that be? That'd be so freaking boring. But, sometimes you do find you have people that have similar likes to you. So, like, when you find a booktuber that you're like, they seem to like similar things, then you can learn to, like, trust their opinion on those. So, I don't know. Just my thoughts and randomness that goes through my brain. So, yeah, Varity. Good times. If you guys have read it, tell me what you thought of it. Thank you everyone so much, as always, for joining me in the Book Nook. Oh, I made a Discord too, so I will link that down below. If you guys want to join the Discord, there's a bunch of different stuff. Like, we'll talk about what books we're reading. I have other channels, Animal Planet, post pictures of your pets. I love animal pictures. There's a food and drinks. I think I'm going to add, like, art and music. If you have tattoos or if you're an artist, please post your stuff. I would love it if you want to join the Discord. Till next time, read a good book, eat some good food, and I always want to say, like, you stay classy, San Diego, from Ron freaking Burgundy from Anchorman. I don't know, that goes through my head every time I do the ending of this. Till next time, we'll see you later. Bye!